Hello, everyone. Welcome to day number 7 of the American Cup 2022. Today we'll be featuring Levon's win over Lenier Dominguez. Okay, it's a sweet revenge for Levon after losing to Dominguez in the other day's match. All right. In the first game, Dominguez went for e4. Levon went for e5. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight e6. We have the Italian game, c3, h6. Against Levon Aronian, you never know what to expect. Yeah, he always have this surprises in his bag. c3, d6. Yeah, castles, g6. d4, queen to e7. e1, bishop g7. We have the modern game in the Italian, but there will be some transpositions later in the game. Castles, h3. The queen moves back to d8. Bishop into b3, rook to e8. Right, that was the main point of moving back, placing the rook on e8. No pin on the queen. Right. So he's now ready to take on d4. And that's about it. Levon took on d4, takes knight b4, bishop to b1, c5, a3, knight c6, d5. Now with this kind of position with pawn on d6 and c5 and bishop in d7, it's more of like the Benoni, yeah, from the Italian game to the Benoni. a4, typical, yeah, stopping b5. g5, okay, clearing the square for the knight on g6. Knight into c4, knight g6. Rook a3, nice rook lift. Yes, using the line for the rook, later on can shift to the king side. b6, h4, takes e5. An aggressive approach by Lenier. Takes an e5, knight takes e5, takes an e5, knight takes an e5. A series of exchanges to open up lines. Queen to d6, knight c4, takes an e1, takes an e1. Here Levon went for queen d8. It was also possible, by the way, to capture the pawn on d5. Levon was worried about rook d3, but it's manageable with the queen c4. If rook d8, this bishop f8, bishop takes h6, bishop b7, of course. The bishop protects the rook protects f8. Queen goes to e7, rook takes d8, queen takes d8. Knight into h7, protecting f8. Takes, queen takes f8, and then queen g4. You protect g7, you threaten mate. Now it forces it forces white to capture an f7, takes an e6, queen takes an b7. And it should hold. But Levon wants to keep more pieces on the board here for queen d8. It only shows that Levon is a fighter. But he almost regrets his decision to play queen d8 here. Bishop f4, bishop a6. Good move, knight e6. Knight takes d5. Actually, this is a mistake. This is a big blunder, but Dominguez wasn't able to capitalize on it. He played bishop h2. Understandable. Okay, the knight was actually attacking f4, and the bishop was protecting b6. White missed this important bishop h7 tactic here. The main point is that after king takes, you have queen e4, double attack on the king and the knight. King goes back in g8. Takes on d5, attacking e7. And if the queen protects, you have knight takes f7. Queen cannot take on f7 because this queen takes a8. And that actually is winning for white. But it's hard to imagine playing that bishop on a7, yeah. Because in your mind, you're also thinking about queen e4, the battery. Although here it doesn't work because the knight takes f4, king will just escape on f8. And if you play queen takes f4, this queen c7 is a pin on the queen. There's also rook to d8 coming up. The queen protects f7 as well. Bishop h2. Okay, the threat is still there. Queen e4. Levon is very smart with queen e7. Bishop into e4. Moving out of the pin, rook d8. Black also has the pin on the queen. Knight f5, queen to e6. Takes. Queen b1. And here Levon found a brilliant knight c3 move. Taking advantage of that bishop on h2, the bishop actually is blocking the king on his escape square. So after rook takes e3, now queen takes e4. Obviously, the queen cannot take the queen because of rook b1 mate. So queen a1, nice move, bishop b7, battery on g2, threatening mate. After f3, it opens up the second rank. Now queen to e2, threatening rook to d1. Losing the queen, but the main threat was actually rook d2, another battery on g2. b4 check, and just king g8, Dominguez design. All right, but Dominguez still has a chance to tie the game up and go to the Armageddon. But Levon was able to hold at the second play of game. But let's check it out. Levon just needed a draw. But Levon being Levon is such a fighter. He went for the Alapin. 95 and d4. Imagine white just needing a draw to win the match. Bishop c4, bishop into b3, d5. Okay, if black takes the pawn on c3 here, white has knight g5, hitting the pawn at 7. If you go d5, there is e6. Bishop takes e6 for example, knight takes e6. Although you could go for c2, takes on c2, f takes e6, queen h5, king d7, and castles. Okay, black has 2 extra pawns, but the king is not safe on b7. All right, we have d5. Knight takes d4. So it's like French type. Knight e6, f4, takes, bishop f5, g4, right? You needed a draw, you play g4, that only shows Levon's character, yeah. He plays chess, fighting chess. And that's exciting to watch. These are the players that we'd like to watch play. Yeah. And this is the kind of chess that we want to see. Bishop into e4, just castles, of course. h5, typical reaction with that king on g1. Black wants to activate his rook on the h5. Knight c3, but black's problem is his main king also on e8. Takes on g4, knight takes e4, d takes e4, and now e6. Although Levon could have played f5 even stronger, yeah, than e6. Not allowing black to even play the move, yeah. And I couldn't find any move for black here. f5 was much stronger. Okay, cannot go knight d5 because it's bishop a4. Let's say you go a5. Now e6. You take on e6. Bishop takes e6. The king is just dead. No g6 also. Okay, Levon went for e6. Takes, g6. d5 was played. Bishop g7, queen takes g4, threatening mate, queen takes g6, queen f7. Bishop d4 check, king h1. Queen c7, clearing the square for the king. Takes, king d8, bad king, bad coordination. Takes on e4, queen c4. Here, Levon was too relaxed. He played bishop d2. Okay, there are many ways to win here. One is rook e1, just to protect the queen, not allowing this simple tactic. Yes, bishop d2. Here's the tactic that Levon missed, or maybe not. Maybe he was also provoking black to do this because he thought that he has this rook c1 and a potential mate on g8. But what he missed is this move rook c8. And white has to be precise here to hold, yeah, giving black actually winning chances. But Levon was able to hold, by the way, yeah. Bishop e5. Let us go through the game. Let's do it fast. Let's look at how he created a fortress here. Two. It's more or less maneuvering, nothing much. e2. Queen to d1. Imagine, white only needs a draw, right? Okay, bishop b4, king g3, and now rook takes f5. One important trait coming from these elite players is their awareness of the critical situations. Now with rook takes f5, queen takes f5, rook e2, this is already a fortress. White creates a fortress and black couldn't do anything. Bishop c3, king f2, no matter what black does, white just controls. The king cannot help the queen. The rook is cutting off the fifth. Taking g3, all maneuvers is king. King c3, nothing much. There's rook g5, rook g5, rook e5, rook g5, rook e5. King c1. All right, with that in mind, you push b4. Still the same. And c1 takes. The king will just stay close to the bishop protects the pawn protects the rook. Okay. That is the fortress. As long as the king cannot step on the fifth. King d1, king d1. Okay, then a draw. All right. I wouldn't say it's a good save in the end because he was totally winning. But he kind of relaxed in this position where if you look at the king on d8, he shouldn't have allowed this rook takes h2. Yes. Okay, he makes rook c8, but rook e1, even queen g2, yes, queen g2 safe. Rook e1 also protecting, because now rook takes h2 doesn't work. This king takes bishop g1. This king takes g1. The rook protects the king on e4. Yeah, but credit also goes to Levon for fighting it out. even in a draw situation. He just needed a draw in that game, but he fights it out, and that's good. It's good chess. That is all we want to see. Yeah. And I hope everyone follows as well. Okay, with a win by Levon, especially in the first game, and this is in the elimination bracket. This is Dominguez's second loss in a match. Dominguez is out. Levon will now play Fabiano Caruana in the finals. They will play 2 classical matches. But, okay, there's a but. But if Caruana loses the classical match, they will still play 1 more rapid match. Because Caruana never lost a match yet. So that is the exciting thing about this format. Yeah, you lose 2 matches, you're gone. Yeah, you lose 1 match, you still have a chance. But if Caruana wins the classical match, it's over. Plus, he gets an extra 10,000 USD for that one. All right, so that was it for day number 7. We will continue our coverage of day number 8 tomorrow. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.